Morning, everybody. Old Guy Gamer here. We are already in the truck on our way because I took off yesterday from our rest stop. My goodness, I'm not even in gear. Because I took off yesterday from our rest stop, trying to test the sound system and video system. So I just needed to play a game. So I put this one on, just drove a little bit to test my system. Hope you're all doing well this morning. Today is September 11th, 2019. Everyone's going to be talking about 9/11 today. I remember where I was. Everybody remembers where they were. I was at home asleep. I was working mid shifts at the time. I got home at about 7:30 in the morning, went straight to bed. And my wife didn't wake me up for the first... Well, maybe she did. I don't remember when exactly she woke me up. She must have woke me up when the first plane hit, because I saw the second one hit on the news, like everyone else did. And my norm back then was to sleep as much as I could when the kids were in school. It was 2001, so I would have only had one kid at the time, so she would have been a baby. She would have been home all day. So no school for the kids, which meant that I would be able to sleep until 3 or so if my wife had to go to work. And then I would get up and watch the kids so she could go to work until I had to go back to work. But that day, neither of us had to... She didn't have to work. The kids weren't in school. I went to bed at 7:30 in the morning or whatever it was. And by 8:30, I was back awake. And as the scene unfolded, I kept wondering whether I was going to get called to work or not, just because stuff was happening all over the country, with the planes all being grounded and just chaos, basically. No one really knew what was going on as far as how we were going to respond and what was going to happen going forward. But needless to say, my wife and I sat in front of the TV the whole day watching the news, watching as things unfolded. At home. We were living in our townhome then, so I remember taking the dogs out to a little play area, a little common area, so they could go pee and poo. And when I was letting the dogs out, I don't know planes very well, I don't know military jets, but 2 fighter jets flew over our house really low and really fast. It's probably one of the most awesome things I've ever seen military-wise. I was in the military for 5 years. I never saw planes flying that low, that fast. But they were headed... We live in the northern suburbs of Chicago, and they were headed like a beeline straight towards the downtown area of Chicago. So whatever they were doing, nothing ever happened in Chicago that day as far as I know, but they were moving so fast and so loud that the neighbors came running out of the house. A couple of the neighbors came running out of the houses asking what happened, what was that, and I got to see it. I mean, it wasn't one of those things where they were flying fast and low like 2 miles away. It was fast and low like directly over my head. That's why it was so amazing to me, because it's not like it was towards the horizon. It was straight up. And I told them what it was, and then we kind of sat around talking for a couple minutes, and then everybody went about their day. But I think I ended up getting to sleep at about 6:30 that night after we watched the news all day, watched the scene unfolding, and we went back to work. And basically at work that night, we didn't even do any work. We all just huddled around the TV watching the news more to see what was going on. And Well, it's the new norm, I guess. Watching the following days is there were no contrails in the sky because no planes were allowed to fly in the U.S. It was a strange week. Turns out where I used to be stationed at is where the vice president went on 9/11. It's kind of a continuity of government thing. He was at the facility where I was stationed at for all my 5 years, so that was interesting. Oh, that's the horn. I changed my buttons around. What I used to have as the engine brake is now my horn, and I can't think of what the engine brake is. That's not it. Oh, there it is. I found it. A little too late, but whatever. My wife doesn't really like 9/11. There we go. I remapped my enter button also, so I had to remember where that was for a second. My wife doesn't like 9/11 because all of the news about 9/11 has kind of taken over the fact that it's her birthday. I have a nephew that was actually born on September 11th, 2001. What a birthday that was. I do remember we didn't tell our... my nephew is my wife's sister's son. And I remember we were all watching the scene around 9/11. You know, watching the news, watching it develop at the same time that my wife's sister was in the hospital having a baby. So nobody told her what was going on because they didn't want to upset her, you know, while she was in the birthing process. But we have a 9/11 nephew that was born on that day. And my wife just feels like her birthday gets kind of overshadowed every year. She doesn't like a whole lot of attention. She's not that kind of person, but she likes a little bit of attention. So it's a fine line for me to walk. I like paying my respects to those who gave their life in service to, you know, at Ground Zero and the Pentagon and on Flight 93. But I have to balance that with making sure that my wife's birthday doesn't get overshadowed. So take a moment, reflect. Hope you're enjoying the scenery. The scenery's a little bit better in this part of the world. That's why I came back to the West Coast, so we can enjoy some nicer scenery while on our drives. We should be able to finish this job up today. Let's see. We're still 8 hours away. I gave my wife her present early. She, knowing her birthday was on a Wednesday, we knew we weren't going to be able to go out to dinner on Wednesday night with both of us working the next day. Plus, I have a volunteer commitment that's on Wednesday nights, and it just so happens it starts for the year tonight. So we knew that celebrating her birthday on her birthday wasn't going to be possible this year. So we went out last weekend. We went out to dinner on Saturday. I gave her her gift then. Feels a little strange, though, not having a gift to give her on her actual birthday, so I went and got something else for her today. And she said that she would do a ride-along with us tomorrow, so I'll let her tell you what she got for her birthday. That way I don't steal her thunder. She can say whether she liked it or not, or the presents or not. It says there's a truck dealer over there. Can't read what that... Oh, Tidbit, that's the name of a company. It said Medford, so... Okay. It's the Medford truck dealership, whatever it is. Anyways. You might think it's been a while since I played this game. I actually played this game recently, but I wasn't able to upload the video because something happened where I went to go edit it and I didn't have the audio commentary, and I didn't want to upload a video with just driving with no audio track. You would have gotten the truck sounds, but you wouldn't have gotten me talking, so I just scrapped that whole video. Another way station. Let's see. I think I've had to weigh up. I've had to weigh twice, I think, with this load. See if it makes me stop a third time. Hey, my lucky day. Gotta remember to buy a lotto ticket later. Oh, there's a house up there. In them hills and some cattle. And cell tower. Little things like that that you don't find on the Coast to Coast mod. And another cell tower. Okay. Not driving very well here. Looking out the side window, going around corner. And we're in California now. So the speed limit will be going down. Let me start getting down to the speed limit. I've got to get to the point, I think I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to continue building the business on this profile, but I want to get a trailer that I own. I'd like to develop some sort of a logo. My father-in-law passed away last year. He drove a truck his whole life. I'd really like to do a tribute truck to him. Put his old... He owned a company for a while. It went under when the 2008 bubble burst and all the gas prices skyrocketed. Well, all the diesel prices skyrocketed. But I'd like to do a trailer with his old company logo on it. I've got to find that old logo somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to find it at, but I've got to find the logo first. And then learn how to skin a truck. And then hopefully put together a decent rendition of it. That'll be like my dream truck trailer combo. I know that I gave my ATS company a name when I started this profile. I don't even remember what it is. I know the guy's picture that I click on when I start this profile is like old gamer guy or something like that. So I'm sure the trucking company name is just as stupid. But I think I'd like to put together a skin if I can learn how. My biggest question is whether if you have your own trailer, does that count as your downtime so you can rest? Can you rest while the trailer is being loaded and unloaded so that when it's done you can just leave? That's what I'm hoping the situation is. Because I don't want to have to wait for loads with my trailer and then have to still sleep. I mean, obviously if I'm doing a long trip and I drive more than 12 or 14 hours, whatever, and I gotta sleep, but I want the load pickup and drop off to be counted as rest also. I need to remember to do a screenshot. I think I'll wait till the pavement turns lighter color again, and then I'll do it. I do like driving through California. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I like the slower speeds of California. Forces you to slow down, you know, relatively. Take things easy. I never have to worry about flying around corners in California. I don't have to worry about getting the... I don't have to worry about putting the truck up on its side. Going around a curve at 80 miles an hour. Some states, that's a concern. Don't have to worry about that in California. All the curves are pretty soft and gentle, and you don't have to worry about putting the truck on its side in California. I did add a new mod. I was going to film it for New Mod Monday, but it was just so subtle that I didn't even talk about it. I just put it in and stopped thinking about it. I put in the realistic field of view mirrors. I never actually adjusted the mirrors after I did that, but it's been looking pretty good. I didn't really notice how bad it was when I was using the default mirrors, but now that I've gone to the realistic field of view, I see why people do it. It's been pretty nice. The truck and the, well, I would say the trailer, but the truck and the freight all kind of line up better now. It's not as fish-eyed as it used to be. So, cool mod. Never talked about it for New Mod Monday, but in case you're wondering, that is a new mirror setup. Man, I've been looking for a lighter pavement. Just not seeing it. I didn't want to do it on a bridge. I was hoping for some interesting backdrop. And as I say it, I hit escape and take a screenshot. So, as quick as that, it's over. I got a screenshot with the police car next to me. Nice picture of Veronica next to the California black and white, the CHP. It is a nice leisurely drive through California today. Dude, you're a cop. You're supposed to stop and help those people. Come on, man. Why would you hit the brakes after I went in to the lane behind you? Weird. This game, the AI, they just hit the brakes at weird times. Like this white car could jump from the slow lane to the fast lane, and as soon as it completes the lane change, it'll hit the brake lights for some reason. When it completes a pass and goes from the fast lane to the slow lane, it'll hit its brake lights again. It's very, very unusual. The AI in this game isn't completely figured out yet. They have made changes. They're doing small, incremental changes over time, which have made the game slightly better, but still not there yet. Still some improvements to be made. So I finally got my steering wheel controls set up. I actually didn't even test it first. I just started driving and all the controls are working. The steering wheel has been I've been trying to figure it out since I bought it. I've had it for a few months now. And over time it's gotten worse. It used to be when I turned off the computer, it would lose its button mapping. And then like a week ago, I think it was, it lost the button mapping in between games. Like I did a game and it was working fine, and then later on I went and edited a video and posted it on YouTube, and then went back to record the game some more, and it lost its button mapping. Never turned off the computer, never went to sleep, never anything. It lost the button mapping in between game. I can't even think of the word. It lost button mapping in between game plays. And then, well, that must have been a couple weeks ago, because just a few days ago, it lost the button mapping during the game. I was so livid. I was driving along, the buttons were all mapped, everything was going well, and I got a pop-up, something about, would you like to turn on, I forget what it's called, it's a Windows pop-up that says, would you like to turn on something, like sticky keys or something like that. So I said no. And then when I went back to the game, started driving, I had lost all of my button mapping. It was so... I don't even know what caused that. At least there was a point that I can point to and say, this is when I lost it. But it's ridiculous that I've been having this much issues with this stupid steering wheel. And I'm sure it has to do more with the Logitech software than the actual steering wheel, but still, shouldn't be that difficult. I had to make a run to Target this morning. I realized yesterday when I was feeding my dogs that I was really low on dog food. And a couple months ago, my wife signed us up for this auto ship service where they send us dog food that we like. And we don't have to buy it at the grocery store or whatever. They just send it to us and they automatically charge us whatever. But we were really low yesterday on dog food. So I told my wife, and she said we were still a week out from getting our shipment. Which meant I had to go buy dog food, which totally defeats the purpose of having auto ship, but that's another story. And I forgot to buy dog food yesterday. I was out and about yesterday and just never bought it. Just totally forgot about it. There was enough dog food to feed the dogs last night. Well, yesterday afternoon, I should say. But this morning there wasn't enough food. So I had to wake up early, or not early, but earlier than I normally would on a day off. And I had to go to Target to buy dog food. And I was walking through Target, and I think I was the only adult man there that was not a worker there. So, single guy tip. I'm not single, but a tip for the single guys out there. Target is full of women, weekdays during the day. I bought my dog food, and I picked up a gift for my wife. Just one of those last minute things so I could give her something on her birthday. She got her nice gift on Saturday, but wanted her to have something to get for a gift today. And I got out of there. They're putting Halloween stuff up already. Seriously? Okay. They were putting up Halloween decorations at Target already. It's the beginning of September. Halloween candy's out, Halloween costumes, Halloween decorations. It's a little too early for Halloween in my book, but wow, that little guardrail brush did a lot of damage. I even got a service engine light. What the heck? I'm only 2 hours away. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, I hit the engine brake. I haven't learned all my button mapping changes yet. I hit the engine brake instead of the enter button. There, it's off. Okay. But if we're getting ready for Halloween on the first week of September, well, the second week of September, nice. If we're getting ready for Halloween on the second week of September, that could take us through October 31st. We'll be right around the corner from Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's not my favorite holiday, but as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, I know. As soon as possible ain't gonna happen. I'm 2 hours from my stop. I'm making my delivery first. Holy cow, this thing is really messed up. Let's see what the percentage of damage is. 20%. Holy cow. Cannot wait for Thanksgiving. I was walking around when I was at the Target today. I was looking at the movies that are on sale. They call it on sale. It's $3 off if you buy them the week they're released. I saw nothing that I couldn't live without. Thanksgiving, Black Friday has been my day to pick up movies for the year. I basically don't buy any movies throughout the year because I just stock up on Black Friday. I keep my eye open for Christmas gifts on Black Friday, but really it's just me making up for all those times I deprived myself of buying a new DVD, and I just buy them all at once, one day of the year. I don't really know of much else I've bought on Black Friday. I think I went out on Black Friday to buy the original Xbox, but I didn't win the lottery for a chance to buy one, so I was just there for no reason. What else? I know I have bought gifts for like my nieces and nephews on Black Friday because that's a good time to look at the latest toys and get those. I had a buddy, he always went to Menards. He bought a lot of stuff on Black Friday at Menards. I never really hit Menards on Black Friday, but I was able to pick up some pretty cool construction headphones, like the noise canceling electronic headphones, whatever you call them. Earmuffs, electronic earmuffs, that's what they were. That he bought at Menards on a Black Friday. He literally never used them, still in the box, so he sold them to me for like half of what he paid for them. So I got a really good deal on a brand new pair of electronic earmuffs. But that made me start thinking, maybe I should go hit Menards and see what they got. I do like looking at the ads, but really I'm not the kind of person that needs to go stock up on a bunch of stuff I don't need. I'm just looking for that one thing I need. Really, Black Friday has become the day that I go shop for phones. I have done that on a Black Friday before, But I still carry I carry a Apple and an iPhone that's 4 or 5 series lower than the current iPhone. The last time I bought an iPhone, I bought an upgraded memory iPhone, which had like, let's see, I think it came standard with 16 gigabytes, or maybe 32. At the most, it was 32 gigabyte phones standard, and I bought a 128 gig phone because I knew I didn't want to buy one again anytime soon. And the phone's been great. It's never broken. I've never had an issue. I checked my memory the other day. I use like 25% of my available memory. My daughter was telling me that, oh, there's a new iPhone out now and I should go get it. I should at least look at it. It's a good time to upgrade and blah, blah, blah. Now they're coming standard at 128 gigs. Or no, it was $50 extra for 128 gigs from whatever the standard phone was. I remember paying a lot more than that when I bought my phone. But my phone still works, so I don't really see a need to go buy it. But Black Friday is my time. I don't do the thing where I turn in my phones. I mean, I would if I didn't need the phone, but this is the iPhone I carry now is my first iPhone, so I'm gonna keep it when I get my next iPhone so that I can have a backup just in case something happens to the new one. I'll have the back one I could go to. Wow, I'm just coasting like crazy, getting great gas mileage. Wow, I can't believe it'll let me coast in this game. That's cool. But I think my wife might be itching for a new phone. She got her phone the same time I got mine. They've been paid off. You know, we did the 1 or 2 year payment plan to buy our phones, not just lease, but buy. And we've owned them free and clear for quite a few years now. So she's itching for a new phone. I don't really need one, so I can do without. And it's all the talk right now because they just released a new iPhone. Oh, I was trying to milk that engine brake as much as I could, and I totally stopped too early. That is the sunset, folks. We are running out of time. This thing is due in 37 minutes, and they're expecting it, oh, right now, Friday 7 o'clock to Saturday 1, so I'm right on time. Me panicking at that way station and rubbing the guardrail didn't help me any. 20% damage to my truck. Poor Veronica, taking a beating. Trying to make me some money. But she's hanging in there. She's still moving. At least she's not in limp home mode. That would be worse. We'll go get her fixed up as soon as we drop off this delivery. I'm glad I decided to come back out to the West Coast. Just little things like the fences, the power lines, you know, just makes for a little bit better experience. I'll take it. We're at a half a tank. I bet I'm getting tired. We're going to have to do all that when we get into town here. We're in Oakland, though, so it's a big town. They should have a truck dealership. I'm sure they'll have multiple gas stations and places to sleep. And there's the signal that I'm tired. That wasn't me, folks. That was the game. Just let me know it's getting close to my limit. And we are delivering to the port. For some reason, I looked at the map and I didn't think we were delivering to the port this time, but here we are. I wonder if they'll let you back this truck up. Or if they'll just tell me that I gotta I don't have the option of the advanced drop off, just the simple pull in and leave it. Yeah, let's not talk about that. This has been a rough day. Damaging the freight, damaging my truck. Oh, that one we got through. Only 3% damage on the freight, so we'll... Oop, what'd I do? Meant to hit F5 and I hit F4. Alrighty. Yeah, just the one option. And against the fence line, of course. That's where I wanted it last time. I have delivered trucks to this stop before. Gotta get that last truck's rear wheels lined up with this gate. Then I can swing my truck back over and right in. I'm always a little worried about this fence. See? Engine malfunction. We'll see if I can coast it in here. I'll start the engine back up if I have to. Maybe. Yes! I don't even have to start the engine again. That was pretty cool. Oh, let's hop out and... Very nice. And it's not even worth taking a picture because it's dark out, so... That was a horrible job. I'm normally used to getting excellence. Good work is... It'll have to work for now. A $3,000 damage penalty for a 1.2% damage. Yikes. Alrighty. Well, we'll end the video there. We will see you next time. Let me go get Veronica fixed up and we'll see you tomorrow. Till then.